Yo, what's going on, guys? You guys are all having a fantastic day. Today I have a few 1vx clips I wanted to show you guys. Without further ado, let's get right into that PvP commentary. So we're going to immediately kill that guy down, fletcher right through him there to get the reset for that extra mobility. And now we come across a man wielding the bow. He's going to out-trade us from auto to auto. So we're going to look to juke all his auto attacks since he went. Now we're going to look to chase him down since he just potted up. So now we know his pot is off cooldown and we can burst him relatively easily. We dodge his kick right there. We're going to look for the parry. I thought he was going to go for the sweep, but he goes for the perforate instead. And now we're just going to look to roll auto him down there. We just pop a fireball in him and finish him off that nice last auto attack. For our next clip here, we're going to look to auto this guy down with the sword and board. We're going to focus our attention on the musket user since he's relatively squishier than the man wielding the sword and shield. When he's going right through him right there, we saw him use parry, so now we know he doesn't have anything left, but sadly he runs right through the door there, getting away. Since the sword and shield user is playing relatively aggressive on me, I switch my attention to him, and now we're once again going to focus the squishier target first, which is going to be the healer. And then I see the bow user in the back standing still, and I immediately try and pressure him. I get a nice parry into the Incinerate right there, immediately popping him, bursting him down. And we're going to look to change our attention to the healer there. I see him going for the res, so we're going to quickly confirm the kill there. We can't allow that to happen. Now I'm going to focus my attention once again here on the squishier target. I use burnout here to close the gap between me and the musket player. I get a fireball, but he sadly parries it. I look for a parry since multiple people are going after me. I go for the Incinerate there. It clips him, and he ends up going down to the massive Incinerate. I fletcher right through him there to get the reset on the fletcher, keeping up my mobility. Now I want to switch our attention to the healer. We don't want to focus the guy with the axe and shield since he's relatively a lot tankier, and damaging him won't result in anything. As we desperately try and put up the auto attacks on top of the healer here, he's staying relentless with his heals. I almost get the burst right there, just too slow. I'm going to parry the sword and shield user once again as he looks to stun me. And now I'm just trying to use the staircase for some little LOS. I focus the healer once again, trying to burst him down, but to no avail. This man is unbelievably hard to kill. Healers are nuts. I see the Dex user come in. I immediately switch my focus to him, fletcher right through him there, and finish off that nice auto attack. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, it means a lot to me if you hit that like button and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get right back into that PvP commentary. We see this guy's low HP, so we fletcher right on him, hitting with the backstab into the parry there, getting the kill. On to our next fight here. We come across two PvE winners, and we're going to look to focus down once again the squishier target first since he is the Dex player in light armor. I go for some nice auto attacks with the Rapier, but he dodges all of them. Good job to him. He rolls on me. I switch to my Rapier and punishing him there for being over aggressive. Use the Incinerate so that it will do a bunch of damage. I use burnout there going right through him, getting the dot and finishing him off. And now the healer's just left, and we're going to finish off with a few auto attacks there, getting the kills. Now we have another spear playing relatively aggressive. He goes right on top of us. I go for the parry, punish him once again there. Go for the back and start there, so we get the guaranteed crit. And it chunks him down to below half HP, but he has the healer sticking on him, so now I'm going to try and pressure the healer since they are relatively split up at the moment. But the Dex user, Relentless, comes right back on top and get a massive parry right there, doing 6k damage to him into the fireball, and he succumbs to all the dots that were on top of him. Now that only the healer remains, we're going to look to play relatively aggressive. I don't have to worry about any CC whatsoever. I switch to my fire staff, go for the Incinerate, and it clips him right there, getting the kill. For this next clip here, is just going to be us killing a few AFKs. We get a 3-man Incinerate right there, critting them all, doing a bunch of damage. And now we're just going to look to finish this last guy off with an auto attack there and getting the kill with my friend. For our last fight here, we're going to go for the fireball as he tries to close the distance into another Incinerate to get more damage in. And then as we go for the fletcher combo, he stuns me. Good stun to him. I was playing relatively too aggressive right there. I'm going to use burnout right there, punish him, going for the whirlwind. I'm going to hit my fireball. I evade out of the gravity well there to avoid any damage and any further CC follow-up. As I see this guy running to my left, I go for another cheeky Incinerate, but he stops me with the path to destiny. He uses shockwave, and I'm going to use that to parry right into another Incinerate, poking him down. I go for the burnout here since I see him with no more stamina and I knew he couldn't dodge it, so it gets another dot on him, putting up the pressure. I'm just going to look to feed in some more light attacks. He tries to close the distance again, so I roll away. I switch back to my Rapier, go for the parry, but he was just out of range. I go back to my fire staff here, go for another Incinerate as he charges the heavy attack there. I'm going to fletcher right out of there so I can get CC comboed to death. Since that's their only hope of winning the fight at this point, he goes for another shockwave, which makes him a free target here. I'm going to try and put the pressure on since I know he has no stamina, but his teammate is relentless. I'm going to go for a parry there, but sadly it was too early and I had to roll out of it to avoid the follow-up. Now I'm getting CC chain. The guy whiffs his shockwave right there. So I go for the Incinerate, hitting a 2-man Incinerate into the burnout there to get out of the gravity well, getting a bunch of AoE damage on top of them. As they look to close the gap, I proc the guy's berserk into the parry there on the shockwave, get the heavy attack to confirm the kill, and the other guys succumb to the dots.